Oh, good morning. Look at that hair. I should probably. Anyways. Yeah, so Aaron's out here about ready to cook the bacon, and I wanted to get stuff out of the way. It's 11:21 right now. I've been falling down rabbit holes of, well, at least Pacific Northwest history and finding out things about Couforden and Coufferden and Coufer and of Coo and Von Coufer and all that jazz. And finding out about megalopoli or megalopolises, whatever you want to call the plural of that one. But the Star Trek trailer got released last night for Picard Season 2, and this one is a lot more. And, you know, as it's not necessarily spoilers, because it's a trailer for something coming out in about a month, it finally confirmed Guinan. Is Guinan going to be in more than one episode, one scene? I have no idea. We have confirmation that Q is in at least 2 scenes. Where he's in the villa with Picard and then dealing with Brent Spiner's character at a cafe. We know of at least those 2. Yeah. There's a 3rd scene where he gets like super angry and like snaps, like as Q does, and I'm not sure if that's perhaps a 3rd scene.
Wasn't he visible in a lab looking at the business card?
That was Brent Spiner's character.
Okay.
Looking at, may have been a business card, but it was hollow and had, but yeah, Brent Spiner's character is obviously somewhere in the Sung line because that's just what he do. But is this alternate Sung from the one that we met in season 1? Is this alternate Sung? Is this predecessor Sung from 2024? Sean Ferrick brought up last night about that there's probably going to be a DS9 reference in this, and it's probably going to involve the sanctuary districts and the Bell riots. The problem is everyone's like, oh, we're going to see this or we're going to see that. I'm like, no, this takes place in Los Angeles in 2024. But the Bell riots happened in San Francisco. So I'm wondering if there's going to be a passing reference to a riot that breaks out in San Francisco sanctuary districts on the news that kind of affects a sanctuary district in Los Angeles.
Wasn't that in 1996 though?
No, that was 2024. September 1st, 2024. I did my research on that one. Not saying you should have known, but...
What happened in 96?
That was when Homeboy had the time ship.
Gotcha.
In Voyager. That's, yeah. We also have an idea about Vulcans or Romulans, we're not sure, pointy-eared people of that lineage. Getting in intimate physical contact, mind meld, of a young boy in the middle of the woods.
We don't know when.
The dress on the boy being like the thin hoodie that zips up the front and a thin horizontal striped shirt makes me think it's happening now. Like he's dressed like a kid would now. This isn't a future child.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not saying anything. It's just, you know, there's only so much you can do. It's like, what would children dress like in the 24th century? Well, they tried to do that one, but those kids were also in school right as Mars was being attacked. So, what? It's awkward. But anyways, yeah. So I've been going over that trailer, and like that's where I think the DS9 reference is coming in at, is they're going to reference the Bell riots.
Yeah.
Because in Southern California, weather can be, you know, as it is, and you can have September. Because like, oh, well, how do you know it's going to happen in September? It's Southern California. It's all basically hot and sunny and baking and perfectly good weather until like December. And then you have some clouds.
But the one thing that we're both extremely happy about, it looks like it's going to be on Prime in the Netherlands.
Yeah, that they said that in a subsequent tweet. So Star Trek Twitter posted the trailer, and then a reply tweet stated that it was going to be on Prime Video, produced through Viacom, CBS, yada yada, and whatever. And I'm like, okay. Well, I replied to that tweet saying, I'm going to hold you to this. You're going to have to whole ass delete this tweet. And I'm going to know because you deleted this tweet because I replied to it. And even so, my reply is still going to exist to a tweet that is no longer available. And if that tweet goes missing, I'm going to know, and we're going to have, we're going fisticuffs. But yeah, so that's that. Probably should do something more about the laundry. It's taking a little bit longer to dry recently, and we're going through clothes faster. And it's hard to keep up and dry things fast enough as we wear clothes. My ADD or whatever is not helping with forgetting stuff in the washer for a day or two, but, you know. Still, why do we have to wear different clothes every day? This is so exhausting. We're so, what is that thing that people were talking about on the excessive professionalism?
Oh, yeah.
So I'm making kind of a joke that excessive professionalism where your 3-paragraph email replied to a 5-paragraph email could have been, hey, can I,
Hey, what's this pay?
what's this pay? $15 an hour. Cool, I'll take it. But you had to go through like giant overt emails, and I was referencing something this morning on a YouTube comment about professionalism and stuff that I was like, you know what? It's really tiring when TikToks are already a short video format anyways, and it's just like I have to sit through at least half your TikTok, which could be 15 seconds. I know I'm complaining about a long period, not a long period of time, but it's like, you know, someone asks a question and they put the little bubble up there and they're like, well, hello, welcome to the comment. Thank you for your question. That is a really nice question. I'm going to go ahead and answer that question. I'm just like, like, good God. And I see even some of the Dutchies do it, and it's just that professionalism. Hoi, ja, dat is een goeie vraag. You know, and I'm like, oh, come on, guys, I know, but it's, like, if you're running a business, sure. Like, if your TikTok is kind of your business or it's a professional level, then sure. But if it's a personal TikTok account, please don't add professionalism into it. It's just, it seems, I don't know, a holdout from like Gen X trying to make sure that everything is on the up and up. I guess, which bled over into the elder millennials where they just keep treating everything as a business branding opportunity or something like that. So, well, because of Omicron, I saw them next to a register and I bought some self-tests just because I was like, what happens? I spend $12 now and we never use them. Yeah. But we never actually had any self-tests at home because you work at home. Where are you going to go? And everywhere I go is pretty much masked, but we had someone at the practice they tested positive like the morning after, but I wasn't doing or saying anything because I was like, it's entirely possible that the home self-test says no, but the actual official test from the GGD, or the self-test says yes, but the GGD says no, because the self-test is
less accurate.
But his GGD test came back positive, so the thing from the club says, if you are at practice and do a self-test. Like, I probably wouldn't even be doing a self-test right now if I didn't have practice tomorrow. Because they're like, oh yeah, test after 5 days. And I'm like, okay. But
you're going to go interact with people, so.
Many of the same people that were germ bombed at practice. To be fair, we were outside. Like I said, it's awkward. Because they're like, well, were you in my aura for more than 15 minutes? I was like, not really, you're a skill player. Thinking to myself, you're a skill player. If it was any of the linemen, like, whatnot, then possibly, because, you know, we were really close into each other. But I wasn't even in, like, the same locker room as this guy, so. Yeah. Anyways, so I'm going to figure out how to run one of these damn things. Have you done this one?
I don't know.
Okay. Could you turn that one on? Apparently we got a dark rain cloud that came in all of a sudden. I'm noticing the camera is kind of like blinking on and off about. Yeah. All right. We'll see you guys here in 15 minutes does it take to do this or something?
About. Maybe as little as 5.
I should read the directions. Well, it's certainly fun making sure that all the directions are done in proper Dutch. Like, we read enough Dutch, but there's just certain combinations of words.
Yeah.
Like, I know what a Watenstafje is. I know what, verwijder het Watenstafje en plaats het in het andere neusgat. And then we laughed way too much about nose hole as sinus. He's still smirking at it. Because that's his favorite kind of cheese for sandwiches is gatenkaas. Neusgat, nose hole. Like what? But yeah, the thing's rolling right now. But we're skipping practice. So yeah. People were pulling themselves out of practice that were already in.
And then
And then like someone put themselves into practice and I'm like, but then head coach came in and basically said nay. So I'm doing my test. I'll run another test as of Tuesday evening, just to get the 5 days done, because that was Thursday evening. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So Tuesday evening. And obviously change things differently if this comes up positive, but Aaron's running a 15-minute test, and that will be like the minimum. It says 15 to 30, so we'll still wait the 30 just in case anything shows up, but yeah. I will update you guys here soon, but we don't have practice tomorrow, so if this comes back negative, I might try to see if I can hit up with Gabriel tomorrow. And just keep our distance because we'll be outdoors. Probably not the best idea for me to go to the gym. Yes, I've been boosted. I don't have to quarantine, but just in case, I should probably keep my distance from people.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
Yeah. But like going to the store and getting things to drink tonight or something, probably not that big a deal if this comes up negative. But I'm just randomly talking now because I don't know what to do I'm going to watch TikTok. Well, I mean, the control line showed up very much. But even after 30 minutes, the test line is
Barely a shadow.
The test line is about as evident as the flavor of LaCroix.
Well, why do you have to do them like that?
My eyes didn't necessarily see it, so I know my screen is color corrected. So I looked at that one in case for some reason, and even Aaron sees the faintest shadow, and it was just like LaCroix watermelon passed by a watermelon field 5 days ago. Like that sort of thing. Like maybe yes, no, maybe it just got tired and decided something was going to show up, but the official government rules is to test 5 days after exposure, which would be either Tuesday night or Wednesday morning, because the actual time that I was around that player was later in the evening anyways during team. So anyways, practice is canceled anyway, so I mean, with this the shadow of a hair's breadth of a test result, I could probably head out to the store or something and get, I don't want to drink before practice. Well, there's no practice, so I might as well get a little bit of drinky tonight and then pick up something to eat for tomorrow morning, because usually I go out and I get something to eat on the way to practice, at least like a croissant. Croissant! Hong Kong City croissant. But anyways, I guess we're going to be watching what tonight?
Over the Head.
I'm still waiting to see if Trek Culture is going to like barf up something about that trailer. It's entirely possible that they might not. But with like production value and being of an actual company, and trying to do stuff, they're gonna have to like write up some sort of generalized script or at least outline and then get everything edited together, so it might not be out till like later tonight, considering like they posted that video. That video was only like an hour old on Trek Culture. The trailer came out, and it's like, even Aaron like watched it, and I went back through a couple little like frame by frame on the scroll thing, and I was like, we need a cetacean ops on this thing, because this thing is littered with shit. Because like, did you see? This is the same shit. The Borg Queen is on La Serena. Like, and then there's a point where she's crawling around on the ground, which means she's no longer hooked up to anything. But does that mean that the Borg Queen is just the floating part? She doesn't have a body? Or like I have questions about the things that the trailer wasn't. Like, the trailer's like, oh look, more scenes with Q. Oh look, we're confirming Guinan. Oh look, this is going to take place in Los Angeles in 2024. Okay, I'm like, oh, we're going to tease you with this little kid getting a mind meld by Romulcan. Yeah, we don't actually know, because Star Trek, at least in Star Trek Picard, has been doing a lot to blend the visual differences between the Romulans and the Vulcans, probably so that they don't have to adhere to such rigid cosmetics for Navarre in Discovery.
Makes sense.
So they can just like get Navarre stuff and put tiny little ears on people if they can't handle it. They don't need to make sure that everybody has a minor eyebrow or brow ridge to be part Romulan, part Vulcan. Are you a quarter of this? Like, it's just like, even the Romulans themselves don't all have brow ridges. They're just fleshing them out. But they, yeah. So anyways, so I'll probably go for a walk for health later, just to get out of the apartment. I don't know if, what is the weather like? I mean, we have like gray ick happening out there, but is it bad? Okay, bow and alarm says nothing. Okay, let's check Zouderzee. Bow and alarm says nothing. Radar, nothing. Weather, BFT 3. I mean, this is even okay to bike ride, but maybe Aaron and I will both go for a walk.
That'd be good.
We can just double up on burritos. We can go get burritos tomorrow from Tomatillo, and because that would have been the plan anyways. I just would have been coming back from practice, and then we can do Burritos Anonymous tonight, because it's been a while since we've had those.
Yeah.
And the reason why it's like we can double up on burritos, but it's not. It's sort of like getting an Italian pizza where it's really thin and full of like really fancy toppings, and then having Domino's. It's two different kinds of pizza.
Yeah.
It's like getting street tacos and like having chips and salsa on the side with like enchiladas and stuff. It's totally different than Taco Bell. Chevy's and Taco Bell. Are they Mexican food? Yes. Are they the same Mexican food? Nope. But yeah, I know, you know what I'm.
Yeah.
Like,
we're on the same wavelength.
Yeah. Also, my hair. Maybe I should. At least it's not a corona scare, because I know I'm boosted, so I'm not worried about getting it. And like, oh god, I'm gonna get sick and die. No. I already had it once, so I'm like technically quad boosted after a fashion. It's still just the faintest of colors.